Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back. Today I wanted to do a video talking about the highly controversial Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. So if you're interested in hearing my opinion on the palette, and if you want to see how I got this eye look right here, then please keep on watching. Now, if you watch YouTube videos, I'm sure you've seen this and heard about this all over millions of times. You might even be tired of it by now, but I wanted to give my opinion, my 2 cents, and show you me using the palette. I already have my foundation and concealer done because I wanted to really focus on the eyeshadows in this video. And I also primed my eyes using the Essence I Love Stage eyeshadow primer. And I wanted to quickly mention that the foundation that I'm wearing, if you're curious, is by The Ordinary. It says Coverage Foundation, High Coverage Foundation Formula. I think this is new. This is the first time I'm trying it out. So far, I really like it. I have used this palette twice already. Yes, the eyeshadows are very powdery. They have a lot of kick up, a lot of fallout, whatever you want to call it. There's no denying that. We've all seen the videos of people swirling their brush around and all the powder flying. There's a lot of kickback. But when I personally use the palette, the 2 times that I've used it, I've had no problems. I've had no problems blending. I've had no problems with the eyeshadows. I've seen a ton of people say they don't like the eyeshadows, they don't blend right. And then I've seen people saying that they do like it and getting a lot of backlash because they're saying that they do like it, which is kind of sad. So if you haven't seen this palette a million times already, here's what it looks like. They're very pretty, they're super pigmented. I don't know if you could see this on camera, but the ones that I've used, and I've only used this, like I said, twice, there's noticeable dips in the eyeshadows. I don't know if it's picking up on camera. Now, just for demo purposes, I'm going to show you, which you've probably already seen. When you put your brush in there, there's a lot of fallout. There's no denying that. I hope you guys can see that. There's noticeably a lot of fallout. The other point I wanted to make is that videos I have watched, and they're YouTubers that I love and I respect their opinion, I've seen people, going like this, crazy in the eyeshadow pan, showing all the fallout. Me personally, I don't use my eyeshadow like that. I don't dig it in the pan. I tap it once. That's all you need with these eyeshadows. Now my point is, I personally don't think you need to dig very hard in the eyeshadows to use these. They're super pigmented. I think going like this, one dip is really all you need. That's what I've done when I used it, and I had no problems at all. So with all that being said, let's just jump right in and try the eyeshadows out. So the first color I'm going to use is the color Dawn. I'm going to lightly tap in there. Now see, when I lightly tapped in there, I didn't get fallout. I really didn't. I'm just going to put that in the crease. It's very close to my skin color, so you're probably not even going to be able to see it on camera. Now, when I dip my eyeshadow in, I do go like this to tap off some of the excess or fallout. You're going to get a lot of product on your brush, no denying that. The way I do my eyeshadow, I always like to build up. I don't like to go in with a lot of product at once because then it's too hard to blend out. Oh, and I'm using the Sigma E40. Just going to take a little bit more. Now taking the Sigma E35 5. And I'm literally tapping the brush in there once. Or dipping the brush in there once. And you do get a lot of color payoff too. And I'm even tapping it off. I'm even tapping off the excess. I don't know if you can notice, but so far I'm not having any problems with blending. Then I'm going to use this beautiful electric green color. It's called Electric. I'm going to use a flat brush. This is a cream eyeshadow brush. I'm going to wet it with some setting spray because that's what I would normally do anyway with shadows like this. So I have to admit it's not working that well, this electric color. It's not working that well. I have used this before and it was working fine. I think I used my finger. Definitely better with the finger, but it's hard for me with my nails. I'm gonna spray it a little bit more. Yeah, I'm having a little problem with this one. I don't know, it's kind of weird because I didn't have a problem with this before. I've used this color like twice already. I don't know what the problem is today. It's a beautiful color though. It's unlike anything else that I have. Definitely works better with the finger. So that color definitely needed a little bit of building up and work. Then I'm going to take the color Untamed and I'm going to use the MAC 217. I'm going to take that on my outer corner. So I'm dipping into it and I'm tapping off the excess. A lot of kickback is coming off. They're very pigmented, you can see that. That was just a little tiny bit of product. So far I'm not having any fallout on my face, probably because I'm tapping them off really good. Then I'm going to take the Sigma E35 again, no additional product, just to blend. Then I'm going to take a Morphe E18 brush and the color New Wave again. And I'm going to go on the lower lash line. A little bit more, tap it off. I mean, I'm tapping it off really good. Then I'm going to take the Morphe M432. It's like a flat liner brush. Then I'm going to take the color Untamed again. And I'm going to run that really tight against my lower lash line. I think I'm going to take the color Access and also put that on my outer corner a little bit. I was trying to use as many colors as I can. And I'm going to use the MAC 217 again. I'm just putting a little bit of this on. I personally like the way it came out. I had no problems with the shadows blending. I actually, believe it or not, have no fallout at all. I really think that you can get this palette to work if you're careful. I'm going to continue to use this palette. I personally like it. The only concern that I do have is that some of the colors will run out quickly because of all the fallout and because they're so loosely packed that when you do dip your brush in, you know, a lot comes out, so there is noticeable dips in some of my shadows already. That's the only concern that I have. I guess I can quickly finish off the eyes on camera. I'm going to curl my lashes as per usual. Then I'm going to use a L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. And I mainly put that on the tip of my lashes just to give some length. And then I use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. So I do a little bit of that. Then I use the Maybelline The Colossal Volume Express Cat Eyes. I feel like the Lash Paradise gives me volume and the Maybelline Colossal Express gives me length. And then I use this on my bottom lashes as well. Quickly do the same exact thing to the other eye. I'm going to throw some brown eyeliner in my waterline. This is the Marc Jacobs Highliner Matte Gel Eye Crown. Since there's not really a brow bone highlight shade in that palette, this is in front of me, so I'm just going to use the Ofra highlighter in Beverly Hills. I'm just going to take this shade right here and highlight my brow bone. And I think I might put some of that on my inner corners as well. Quickly do my brows. This is the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara. Then I'm going to use the NYX Tame and Frame Tinted Brow Pomade. And mine's is so dried up. I need a new one so bad, it's not even funny. Then I'm just going to set them with the Brow Gal Clear Eyebrow Gel. So I'm going to do contour, bronzer, blush, highlight off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back with the rest of my face done. I'm just going to quickly tell you what I have on, just in case you're curious. For contour, I used the NYX blush in Taupe. I will link everything down below. Bronzer, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Blush, Milani Luminoso. Highlight, Jouer highlighter in the color Rose Gold. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Lips, I have the Mariah Carey Matte Collection. I know this was limited edition, sorry. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's called Bit of Bubbly, and on top of that, I have the NYX Intense Butter Gloss in the color Cookie Butter. So, I'm sure you already know how I feel about the palette. I love the way the look came out. This was my third time using the palette, and I've had no problems every time that I used it. I liked the way my eyeshadow came out. Quickly, I've seen other people do this, but I wanted to do it for myself, and I figured I'd do it on camera. I wanted to look at the Modern Renaissance palette, the Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, which they said the Subculture palette was supposed to be the sister to. I wanted to see how powdery this was. And I've used this palette numerous times. Very popular palette. I love it. I forgot to mention the brush that the Subculture came with. My son stole my brush, so I don't have it. So I just want to see how powdery these shadows are. So let's see. Yeah, there's kickback. There's definitely fallout. Well, I don't even know if you could see that on camera. There's definitely fallout. It's not as much as the Subculture palette though. So final thoughts. I'm just repeating myself at this point. I love the palette. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to continue to use it. So I just wanted to be honest and mention I was really hesitant on purchasing the Subculture palette because I've seen so many reviews of people saying that they hated it. It's too powdery. It doesn't blend well. The eyeshadow's oxidized, which I personally haven't seen yet, but I might not have used the colors that they're saying that oxidized. So I was really hesitant to buy it, but I figured I'll buy it anyway. Sephora has a really good return policy. If I don't like it, I can always return. And I already had in my head that I wasn't gonna like it. I figured, oh, I'm gonna order this palette, I'm gonna hate it, everybody hates it, you know, I don't even know why I'm getting it. So I figured I would give it a fair shot. Just because everybody hates something doesn't mean that you're gonna hate it too. It all depends on how you look at things. Fallout doesn't bother me because the way I'd like to do my eyeshadow, I like to build the color up so I don't go in with a lot. I build it up a little bit at a time, and if you do that, I think you'll be fine with this. So if you're interested in the palette, I'd say just try it out for yourself. If you don't like it, you can always return it. That's pretty much everything I have to say. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button down below and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. I have nothing else to say except I love you guys and thank you so much for watching. Bye.